We have 3 Great Danes and 1 Doberman. They're all inside dogs, so raking our carpet is necessary. Does anybody else's dog shed a lot during the summer? The amount of fur on these steps, honey, I could build a whole nother dog. Now, I like to do this before I shampoo our steps. I don't have a handheld vacuum cleaner. All I have is a Kirby Avalier 2. Y'all, look at the difference between these 2 steps. Anyways, you're not going to catch me with that bulky thing on these steps, okay? Anyways, I literally do this process with y'all every time I shampoo these steps. And trust me, you're going to see the before and after. Don't get me started on how good it feels on my feet. I also showed y'all how much hair this was combined. Like I said, I could build a whole nother dog, honey. Okay, I'm about halfway done, so it's time to do the rest of these steps. Do all dogs look creepy with a flashlight on them, or just mine? There was so much hair on these steps, I had to put in some elbow grease. Okay, now in my opinion, these last 2 steps was the worst. Taya's eating spot is right here, so I guess the hair just travels. And we're realistic cleaning in this house, honey, so if that's your cup of tea or iced coffee, then stay a while. Let's be friends. And realistic meaning whatever I have to see with my eye sockets, you have to see with your eye sockets, okay? These steps are looking like I just vacuumed them. But compared to a vacuum cleaner, I feel like this thing gets really in there. Anyways, now it's time to do this platform. It's looking a little crusty. But no joke, the before and after, big difference. And don't be looking at the side of the steps, okay? Dogs get the zoomies and run right into it. Tell me you have a Great Dane without telling me you have Great Danes. And a Doberman. Don't get me started on him. He is very high energy. But you know what they say, a dog who gets the zoomies is a happy dog. This ain't a house, it's their world, and I just clean it. I clean so our dogs can immediately mess it up again. Who can relate? Now, as you've seen earlier, Enzo likes to stand here, greet us at the bottom of the steps. He's the only one who does this. It's kind of cute if you ask me. I just saw something that said, it's not dirt, it's dog seasoning. That's a knee slapper right there. You know, if you've never owned a Great Dane, it's like being gently bullied by a dinosaur with anxiety. And maybe just a little slobber on the wall. You know, it's part of the home decor. I highly recommend getting a Great Dane at least one time in your life. They're truly a gentle giant. But anyways, now we got that done. Now it's time to see how much all this is combined. And good gravy, look at the size of this fur ball. What dog do you think I can build out of this? Might just have a new family member with all this hair. Too bad it's going in the trash. It's looking so good you can see my footprint. Next up is shampooing, because do you see the color difference? One is beige and one is yellow. And here is the before and after pictures with creepy Enzo. I mean, I honestly think it looks pretty good. Here's the shampooing, so enjoy. We have 3 Great Danes and 1 Doberman. And they're all inside dogs, so they're allowed on these steps. That thing is real dusty, so guess how long it's been since I've cleaned our steps. If you have any carpet in your house, do you wear shoes? So for some reason, the top of these steps weren't really dirty. But as soon as I got to the bottom, I was pulling straight mud out of these carpets. We do realistic cleaning in this house, honey, so of course you're going to see. This canister ain't really big, so it did take me a while to do these steps. Should have just brought out the pressure washer. And I have a question. It might be silly and completely unrelated, but how in the world are we making these look cute? I have a claw clip in, and it does not look cute. Like, what is this? I have lots of hair, so just let me know. And once I started this, I'm like, well, there's no going back, because you can literally see where I'm cleaning. And if you thought that water was bad, just prepare your eyeballs, okay? Because that was giving iced coffee. The bottom was giving roast to the coffee. Now, we are the type of household to let the dogs be dogs. That being said, it's time to dump out this water. This was only from the first 2 steps. You have to think of it like this. Dogs are only here for a chapter of your life. So why not let the dogs be dogs? Anyways, this right here is Enzo. He's definitely a Velcro man. And then we got Athena over here. I just don't know how to describe her. She's a little bit of everything. Everything she does is questionable. And then we got Kaya, the oldest. And that chicken had a hole in it. Is it safe to eat? We still ate it anyways. But anyways, this is Car. We rescued him a while back. And I don't know if it's the cleaner, but I could not believe my eyeballs. We're going to get up close and personal. Look how muddy. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. I was too busy yapping. We do let the dogs be dogs. But of course, we do have house rules. I feel like all pet owners should have house rules. We have quite a few, not a lot though. One of the main ones is no pottying inside. Of course, accidents do happen about every year or so. I feel like this is just a Great Dane rule, but no jumping on guests, because that's something they do. There's some more, but those are the main ones. I got all those steps clean. Now it's time to do this platform. And shoo-wee, honey, look at all that mud. And of course, whatever's on the dog's paws. Now, thankfully, they haven't tracked any of that on these steps, because there's a puppy gate right here. But sometimes, you know, it happens. Just being completely real here. Obviously, when that happens, you have to find out who it was, take them back outside and hose their feet off. I feel like most people can relate on that one. Has that ever happened to you? Holy guacamole, look at that dirt pool. I'm actually not sure what the original color of this carpet is, but it ain't this. Now, the reason it has a reddish tint is because we do struggle with red clay in the backyard. We planted some grass, so it's not as bad as it was. There's still some areas. Anyways, don't that look a lot different than the first one? Don't get me started on how good this feels on my feet. We still got one last step to do, honey bun, and this was in fact the dirtiest. Obviously, we all step right here, and Enzo likes to greet us at the bottom of the steps, so he's constantly standing right here too. You have a dog that greets you at the steps. It don't matter what we're coming down here for, honey, he's gonna greet us. I didn't plan on moving this puppy gate. You can literally see where I cleaned and where I didn't clean, so I had to move it. And now I have me some brand spanking new steps, which feel amazing on my toesies if you ask me. But anyways, we got this hallway to do. We got the living room carpets to do. So tell me which one you want to see next. You're going to see both, of course. Just let me know what you want to see next. I also got our bedroom to do. Somebody put a watermelon on the front of their carpet cleaner, so I might try that. And here's the living room. Scar's looking like, don't get me in that. Anyways, have a pawsome day.